Gentlemen, we're here. Look at us go. The game is back up. Actually, 10 past 7 my time. Got some new banners, as you can see. We've got Gojo's Rerun. We've got Miwa up here. Actually, just on this, have a look. Just got me a camo on here, so I'll take that, right? That's another blue character, which is good. In need of those. We've got now, though, Geto is back. Did a showcase on him yesterday. Now we've got Mai here as well. So, Mai, I do admit, is probably the inferior sister. I like her, but she's not Maki. Let's just say that. And, yeah, I'm just thinking in the manga and I don't want to spoil things. But let's just quickly go over Geto. Details. So I went over all of these yesterday briefly, but this is fairly basic. Split damage, primarily physical and then a little bit of cursed. If you've got more than 30 cursed energy, 20% crit rate to self. If you have more than 40, 20% crit damage to self. That scales up to 50. We are at level 123 now, so everyone's going to get a little bit stronger. That's for sure. Then here, skill 2. Damage equal to 83% physical, 216 cursed, so pretty cursed bias, and then applies 18% curse technique damage taken, and if you've got 35 or more cursed energy, another 20% green damage or cursed. And this is the opposite with a slightly lower threshold here, so 30, and these are all 4 turns and physical on this one. The ult is just a big old nuke, and it gives himself a break damage buff and some max cursed energy buff and recovers some cursed energy for himself. And then it's a 2000% nuke. Whenever he KOs someone, he gets 10 cursed energy. And instead of recovering 10 cursed energy each turn, he recovers 20. And when he crits, he increases his own physical and cursed technique. And the recollection bit, I don't even really want to talk about too much. It's 40% curse technique damage taken decrease to all allies for 1 turn. It's alright. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You've got better options. And then the auto is a 30% HP recovery. So the cool thing about Geto is that he's a support that debuffs the enemy rather than buffing you. So in a lot of single phase fights, that's actually going to be really, really helpful. If I'm being totally honest, because the way we tested this with Geto and a few other buffs yesterday, it seems like the way debuffs work is as a different multiplier, and they seem to be quite good for you. So they'll end up doing a bit more damage than, say, buffs on your characters. Maybe there's some diminishing returns. I don't think so, but other options, you have plenty of them. I mean, I know he's technically a debuffer, but you can do things like yellow Yaga or red Yaga, red Nanami, blue Momo. Any standard buffer or debuffer really does work. At a stretch, you could go with this Yuji for the break and all that sort of stuff. This Momo can work, fill the role a little bit. Gakuganji here, if you picked him up, he's really, really good. I know a lot of people do like him. I've used him a couple of times. He's quite good as well. So, look. He's good. He's really good, but he's not necessary. Same with the blue Geto. Good, but not necessary. Fills sort of a role as a worse Megami, but slightly easier. You don't need to get the ult up. He does have the ability to do some damage, but he's definitely not a primary DPS. So if you're looking for damage, even a Mahito will be better at that than he will. So he's okay, is the literal way of saying it. And your other option here, if you're looking to summon, gotcha, is Red Maki. Let's dive in for a single on her. Let's show it off. Do we get her in one, boys? No. Okay, cool. All right. Red Maki. She's actually really interesting to me. Details. Red Maki. She's a bullet user. Got the guns. So she deals ranged attack damage to enemies equal to physical technique. And then if she's in special ammo status, she has a 10% to apply stop to previously specified enemies. So basically, you'll delay them for a turn, which is quite useful. If she has enhanced ammo, she will deal range attack damage to all enemies equal to 120 physical technique and applies 20% damage taken increase to them for 2 turns. That's actually really quite good. Similar to how Geto works, you'll end up doing a lot of damage by just debuffing people. So she does apply some really good debuffs. I really quite like her for this. Here we go. Reload, special ammo. What I'm noticing is that she's got either special or enhanced. I think enhanced is probably better, but we'll need to see. So this deals 150% physical and a 20% chance to apply stop. So pretty low chance. If she's in enhanced or special ammo status and follow attack rate is 40%, it's a baseline 40% for her. It's in her passive. Increases follow up attack rate to 80% for 3 times 2 turns. So you'll follow up over the course of 2 turns up to 3 times, which is really good. Because if you attack 4 times, you're likely to see all 3 follow attacks go off. Remove self enhanced or special ammo status. Apply special ammo status for 3 turns. Basically, it'll just refresh the special ammo status for 3 turns. That's what that means. Enhanced ammo. This is quite good from memory. So, similar thing. 135% physical and 30% damage taken increase to all enemies. So that's quite good. This does a target and it's just a 20% stop, but this does do a pretty decent sized debuff, I'll be real. Because when you combine it with this one here, here you go, with her basic attack, 20% damage taken, 30% damage taken, there'll be a turn overlap there where you can get 50%, or you could stack this up twice and get the big boom. Is quite good. And then when she's in enhanced ammo status, she'll do the follow-up attack rate increase 3 times 2 turns. And then that is that. So this will trigger enhanced ammo. You can enhance for all of this ranged attack to all enemies 120%. So you'll get the ability to maybe do some really good damage to some trash mobs. And that will be that. Her ult deals ranged attack. Hybrid of physical and a little bit of cursed. 3 hits, big physical hit, small physical hit, smaller cursed hit. And then 80% damage taken increase to target enemies for 2 turns. Actually quite strong. That will be massive with combo ults or just in general. The fact that it lasts for 2 turns, you could theoretically apply 30% here, then straight into this. Then increases follow attack rate to 100%, so it's a guarantee for 6 times 2 turns. I think she's really good, to be honest. I really do. Co-op, 20% break damage, not a huge amount. And then her thing, this is follow-up attacks. Don't worry too much about this. Basically, she has 40% base chance of follow-up to do 60% of physical technique. And then, as you can see, when enhanced ammo status, it actually gets changed. Deals range attack damage to all enemies equal to 70% of physical and applies 30% damage taken for 2 turns. When in special, the follow-up is 80% physical, 20% stop for 1. Stop, again, is basically you just delay them for. And yes, this does the guaranteed. But more specifically, her debuffs, I think, are going to be really, really valuable. So yes, I am going to be summoning, and I will come back with a video on that. She is probably a better version of Green Geto, I would say, without testing. I don't know if that's actually the case. She might be a little bit hungry for cursed energy, although she has a remarkably high starting CE. And if you've got either 2 dupes in her or you've got a starting cursed energy recollection bit on her, you'll be able to go straight into this. And because you're genning 10 cursed energy a turn, you'll be able to go this into this, and then over the course of those 2 turns, you'll gen back 20 curse energy. So you don't need to really worry too much about curse energy for her, which is quite nice, especially if you wait that 1 turn to follow it up. But I think she's quite good. I'm quite impressed, to be honest. Recollection bit, I haven't had a look at this. Physical technique, that looks quite good. And these icons are good. So this one, 15 cursed energy for self. That's really strong, especially with Marky. Let's see what this does. Triggered upon using any command or alt skill, 25% HP, 55% gen, so red, damage increased to self for 1 turn. So this is for the full turn. Does it last the enemy's turn? Probably doesn't matter because you get the follow-up attacks on your own turn, right? So you put her up front, bang, bang, bang. She's getting massive follow-ups, especially on the alt turn. Yeah, I could see this being really strong. It's like, it's aggressively mediocre for anyone but her, but insane for her. Let me go and check a couple of the other recollection bits. Yeah, you see, this one is the yellow one that does a similar thing. Triggered upon using any alt skill, 90% core or yellow, 1 to self, 1 time, 1 turn. So this is just 1 big hit, right? You'll get 1 big hit with Nobara or Yellow Gojo or something like that. So you can use it with the ult, get big damage. This one is for the whole turn. That's why the multiplier is so much lower, right? Yeah, look. 55%, and obviously you get the heal, which is pretty nice. 1 turn. So it lasts the whole turn. You stick her up front. You have everyone attacking. Oh, happy days, mate. Happy days. Everyone will be swinging. Yeah, that's quite good. I like her. I like her a lot. I like this a lot. But only for her. If you're not summoning for her, this is trash. Right? This is like those two... Her and this recollection bit will be joined at the hip. But other than that, it's a not very good recollection bit. You can, if you want, summon for one of these guys. I reckon out of all 4 of these banners, out of these characters, Gojo's the best one on here. I reckon you'll get a lot of benefit out of if you have her. But don't go ham. Like, there's no point. That animation looks kind of wonky, not gonna lie. Because we're probably like a month, if not 6 weeks now, away from first Annie stuff. So unless you're an idiot like me, probably not worth it. Like, I'm probably summoning for Megami as well, and I'm not too bad off. Because if I look at my exchange... because of all the individual tickets I've done, still up onto here, right? So not the end of the world if I get shafted on 1 or 2 banners, because I can just exchange for tickets and be good to go. But most people won't be at that point because I can do the dailies and other people can't. So it's definitely worthwhile to consider not summoning. But if you want a really strong debuffer, I think she's probably a good get. I don't think you'll regret it. But you might, I guess you might regret it if you can't pity Yuji or Gojo or something like that. And red is already one of the strongest colors in the game. So, look, it's up to you. I would suggest not. Wait for 6 weeks or so, 4 to 6 weeks. See when the Annie comes. Annie, actual half Annie. Make your choice then. Make sure you can pity Gojo, I think is the big one. Make sure you can pity Gojo, if not Sukuna. But all up, I think she's pretty good. I'm going to be summoning. I'll see you all next one.
Peace.